Okay, welcome to ComedySportz CBus, the first virtual match of the year. I'm your announcer, Ms. Voice, TD, and I have two great teams to welcome to this old match tonight to duke it out for your love, laughter, and applause. Let's bring them out. Hey, make some noise at home. Give them some claps. Give them some yells, and we'll see you in just a moment. Let's get them up in the batting order. First up from the blue team is Dodie McDowell. Next up is Carolyn Pierre Louis, and the captain from your blue team, Nick Egan. He's so serious. Oh, home run. Now up from your home team, the red team in CBus, Ohio. Let's give it up for our first batter, Lenny Matos. Hey. Next up, Jared Miller. And finally, last but not least, the captain of your red team, Bethany Davey. Okay, you love him. I love him. I'm excited about this match because guess who the referee is? It's Ref Grant Rizzuto.
Welcome to ComedySportz. Oh, mine. Hey, I'm your Race Rizzuto. Welcome to ComedySportz. Hey, if you're out there watching us right now, you're probably on Facebook, and you're probably on Twitch, and you're probably on YouTube. And if you're on something else, oh no, we've been hacked. Oh, no. But that's okay. You can still enjoy. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Say hello. Say hi. You're going to be very important in having a lot of activity with the old comment section as we go. So we want to hear from you, and B, we want to find out what kind of lag we're dealing with today, baby. It's the internet. Boom. You want something on demand? I hope you want that on demand minus 20 seconds because that's how it goes. This is ComedySportz. ComedySportz is competitive. Ta-ta! Improv. Ta-da! Two teams going head-to-head competing for points, lasting glory. As I said earlier, I'm your referee. I will be your guide through all of this comedic chaos, as we sometimes like to call it. This is a great show. This is an all-ages show. If you're like watching on your computer in some dark corner of your home because you're like, I don't want my children to know that I'm enjoying improv, hey, they can watch this one. So like,
tell them.
Let them watch. That's the way it goes. This is going to be competitive and for points, and I have a very important job, which is called fouls for the show tonight. There are some important fouls. The very first one that we're going to talk about is the oh no foul. Everyone say that. Oh no. When I say everyone, that means you at home as well, including repeating stuff I say with hand gestures. So it's a very it's just like a medium body block type swipe as we go. Everyone say that at home. Oh, you know, foul is called when someone says something so dirty, so nasty that it makes me cringe and breaches what I just said, that this is great for kids. So that's how it goes. Eric Myers, the lag is terrible for you. Really, you're just setting this, but. Let us know how the next show goes, I guess, that's going on. I've got some good news and bad news for you coming up. The oh no foul is called when someone says something dirty. That's if these players slip. We do a clean show here at ComedySportz so that it can be enjoyed by all ages. If they slip and slide over the line of clean taste, I will call the oh no foul, and the offending player will be deleted from the immediate scene that they're in, and their team will have to make the scene continue as if that character was there, but they'll be down a player, sort of like hockey when there's a power play, I guess. But it's also sort of not. So just don't look at me that way, Terry. You know what I'm saying.
You love sports reference. I didn't know you knew that reference. It's exciting.
Hey, I know sports.
Yeah.
That's how I'm a referee.
Good for you.
Also, they will lose a point from their score. Everyone at home say dun dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. Perfect. And this foul also applies to you, the loyal fans at home. So just like chill out with the dirty stuff in your comments. No need to do it. Can we all do a clean show? This is a time to say it out loud and to type it in the comments. Excellent. Another foul we have here is the Groaner foul, and it goes like this: a Groaner foul. Everyone say that with me. The Groaner. It's up a little higher than you would normally talk, just about a little bit. If I talk here, Groaner is here, Groaner there. That's how it goes. The Groaner foul is called when someone says something so pithy, so funny, it just makes you groan. In disgust. Tara, do you have an example of the Groaner foul for us?
Me? Oh, I'm so honored that you want me to throw out tonight's horrible joke. Hey, guess what? Do you know that crabs don't give to charity?
Crabs don't give to charity?
Yeah. They're so shellfish.
Oh.
Still got it. Thriving in 2021.
Oh, no. Glasses work still on point.
Always good.
Groaner foul. It's called just then. If there's something that's just a clear pun attempt that makes me groan in disgust, or if I feel just as Obi-Wan felt the demise of Alderaan, I feel the groan wave coming at me from all of you out there in the ether, I will also be able to call the Groaner foul. Those are the main two fouls. There are other fouls I can call along the way as we go, but those are the important ones. Hey, a very important thing that we have for you, the loyal fans, to do is to get suggestions. We're going to practice doing that right now, fighting against the terrible 20-second to half month lag, depending on if you're Eric or not. So when I ask for something, your job is to, as quickly and cleanly as you can, type them into the old comment section and get them in there. If you're, I think this will be the real test. I believe YouTube is typically on the longest delay. That's the way it is. So
we have 3 platforms watching tonight, Ref Fran. So YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook are all on the same thing right now. So we'll see you coming in from anywhere. Feel free to type a comment on any of the platforms you're on.
Excellent. And if you're watching from one of the hacked sites, please let us know what site that is so we can start an account there.
Yeah.
Perfect. So the first thing I want to know, and it should be very easy for most of you, what is your first name? Type that in, hit return. Boom. The next thing I want to know is what is your favorite food? Go. Boom. And next thing I want to know is what is your favorite song? Boom. Cool. You should have typed them all in. Boom. There's some first names coming in. Nice. Short lag. Great. Oswaldo, that's first name. I know because I looked and saw the name on there. PJ's terrible favorite food, but that's fine. We see some. We've got some other foods coming in. Pizza. Boom. Nice choice. Classic. Mac and cheese, nice choice, classic. Taco, nice choice, classic. Lots of classics today. The Voice by the Moody Blues, good. The songs are coming through, great. So as you can see, this is how long it takes for the things to come through. We're going to do our best to go against it as fast as we can. That is your important role, to get those suggestions going. Also, from time to time, there might be a round where I will be coming out to you to vote for which team you prefer, be it the red team or the blue team. We'll be doing that. That will be your job, is to type red or blue as fast as you can, so we can tally the old votes there. I'm ready to go. Tara, are you ready to go?
I'm so ready to go, man. 2021, baby.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eric. We're in the future. Teams, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. To get us started, we've got our captains Bethany and Nick centered on the screen. Let's do this. Captain Nick, Captain Bethany, to decide who will go first. The first person to show me a piece of art will get to choose. Go. Ooh, interesting. Nick was fastest, and I also saw the art on his wall before I even saw Bethany leave. Nick, you get to choose the first game to challenge the red team to. It needs to be a head-to-head. What would you like to play?
Okay. I'm going to choose conducted story.
Story. Bethany, do you accept?
We're in.
Awesome, they're in. Excellent. Everyone there at all the loyal fans at home, what I'm going to need from you is an adjective, any adjective, and do that now. hit enter, and then also some nouns separate from each other. Don't put adjective, noun in one line. Just blast some adjectives and blast some nouns. We're all about blasting here. That's how this is going to go. Adjectives and nouns. And what's going to happen is they're going to play the game of conducted story in just a moment. In this rectangle that I'm in right now, is a player is going to show up. If the player is in this big rectangle, they will be telling you a story. If they are in the small rectangles, they must not be talking. Anytime I switch and put another person into the rectangle, like Tara, who will,
I'm not a player.
that person will have to talk, and the person that just left will have to stay silent. If they are talking on the small rectangles after I've taken them out of the big rectangle, they will be patoom, gone. If they're in the big rectangle and they don't talk at all, they will be patoom, gone. If they don't continue right where the other person left off as they start the story, they will be a patoom, gone. If they do a non sequitur, the thing they say makes no sense with the thing that was just said, they will be patoom, gone. And anything else that may come into my mind as we're going, they will also be patoom, gone. Any questions on that? No, the players know what's going on. Tara, can you give us an adjective and a noun combo to serve as the title of this story that does not exist in the world as far as we know it?
Yeah, you bet. I'm going to give you grumpy, and I'm going to give you, oh God, there's so many good ones. Okay, grumpy date planner. The grumpy date planner.
Grumpy date planner is the title of this story. Thank you, Susan Miller and Eric Myers on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll get out to you soon, but boy, we sure got a lot of suggestions from Facebook on that one. The grumpy date planner. Oh, did I mention that any of those things, when they're eliminated, they'll be gone, and whoever's the last player standing gets 5 big points for their team? That's how it works. The grumpy date planner, chapter 1, begin.
Once upon a time, there was a lovely man named Reginald, and his life was devoted to make the perfect match for someone else.
He spent every day going through the personal ads, looking through every online listing of people, trying to match needles in haystacks. He was perfect at always finding the right person for someone else.
And the reason for that is, he just wasn't always happy or jolly. He was always tired, complaining. So he figured, let me bring joy to other people because I
think that's my life's calling. Reginald's last name was Grumpy. He came from the Grumpy clan, and they were known for being around people who were happy. You may know his famous cousin, Grumpy.
Old Grumpier. Yes, he was the namesake for the Grumpy clan and had never been matched with anyone who he was a good match for. And so his relative Grumpy set out
to look for the perfect equal partner. And he saw this as an adventure to
complete the legacy of his family.
Oh, Nick started to complete, and Lenny repeated to complete. She did not finish exactly where he left off. Lenny is kaboom, gone.
We love her.
Excellent. Down to 2 players for red. We're now going to move on to the Grumpy Date Planner, chapter 2.
March 7th was always a hard day for Grumpy. He'd been out in the rain this March 7th, and it had been a grumpier day
than he had ever seen before. It was still winter, not yet spring.
And summer is soon to come. And summer is the time of lovers, where he has the perfect time to find the perfect
person. And as he looked across that field
of daffodils, he said, you know what? This is my year.
And I am going to make a
big show of it. I'm going to invite all of the village to come help me
daffodil my way through this field of matches. You know what I mean? Yeah, you do. So, Reginald.
Grumpy. He went towards
The other side of the field.
and saw in the shadow
A wonderful, wonderful lady.
D, possibly a new
Friend. But a new
Friend who he could spend more time with forever. His forever friend. She sat there under the parasol, taking in the daffodils and chuckling to herself quietly, saying, "Oh, what a day this is, this March day."
how wonderful it is to be under the umbrella.
I'm going to go with a hesitation foul on that one. Nick was taking too long to get his words out, so he is boom gone. 2 and 2. The Grumpy Date Planner, Chapter 3. Boom.
After a short while,
Someone didn't want to find out what
he was going to do when he approached her. So she looked up.
up to the sky through the parasol.
Oh, Carolyn started up, and I heard the P sound just enough from Carolyn, and Bethany repeated the up part. That is a repetition. Bethany is boom gone. Oh my goodness! Halfway there is Jared. Is the last person left. 2 left for blue. It's still anybody's game. Chapter 4.
I thought this was supposed to be a relationship, Lucy said. And Reginald, he
Said, "You know what? This is my
hill to die on, and I will make."
Oh, Carolyn didn't finish the word my, and neither did Dodie. Dodie is boom. We are down to the final chapter, everyone. Final chapter. Whoever wins this is 5 big points. As simple as that. The Grumpy Date Planner, the final chapter.
Here I am on my deathbed, still alone," thought Grumpy.
grump. Ah,
He kind of said grumpy twice and made it work, but he caught himself. Very honorable way to go out. Jared is boom gone. Carolyn takes it. 5 big points for the blue team. Tara, what's that make our score?
Well, that makes our score 5-0. Blue team leading because Carolyn smashed that last moment. Congratulations, blue. Red, honorable work.
Well played. Captain Nick to the field, please. Hey, Nick, you get to pick a game from just your team to play. What would you like to play?
We would like to play Oscar-winning moment.
Ooh, Oscar-winning moment. Excellent. I accept. Folks at home, here is what we're going to need for a suggestion right now. We need a location that you could find in any major city, but that is kind of cool, that you consider kind of cool. So, like, you couldn't find a medieval times in any major city. You can find it in a lot of them, but not quite enough. But what's something you could find in any major city that you think is kind of cool? What's going to happen in this game is we've all seen the Oscars before, and if you haven't, it's an award for movies. And when they do the Oscar award ceremony, they always show these little clips of what happened in the movies that is the reason someone got nominated in the first place. Dare I say, your Oscar-winning moment. This scene that we're about to see from the blue team, at any point in it, I can freeze it and tell someone it is their Oscar-winning moment, which means it immediately becomes that point in the scene that is just like, it was so extra acted that it deserved nomination for this Oscar award-winning thing. I see some suggestions coming in. I'm going to go with a good old Twitch suggestion here, and I'm going to go with La Cultura 94 Art Museum. Art Museum is your suggestion. Hey, it was also said by Eric on Facebook. Cool. Great minds think alike.
That's right.
So blue team to the field, please. Excellent. You all will be here for the game of Oscar-winning moment. It looks like it is going to be Carolyn and Dodie starting. Players, you ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Begin.
I just wish that I could be amongst the people and move around and see the world as they do.
But we are here to give them art. We don't need to move. We move them emotionally.
I just give and I give and I give, and I just don't know if there's more of me to give.
You've been holding that pose for 2,000 years. You're just the perfect example of Etruscan art.
Carolyn, Oscar-winning moment.
Oh, how I long to be able to move like this. One day, in my wildest dreams, maybe I will. Maybe my eyes will be covered. Maybe they'll be able to see the light. But no, I'm like this. All my life, I've had to fight for the right to be amongst the party. But yet I cannot. The tears don't fall from my eyes because I have no ducks. But alas, here I stand.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm Francis, and I'm here to spend a ton of money on art, and I will not take no for an answer. I'm also very lonely.
Off.
Dodie, Oscar-winning moment.
I don't know what to do. Our liberation is at hand, and yet we realize the chains that have bound us to this moment offer a cold comfort in a world of uncertainty. If we take his offer, we become free. Yet we face an unexpected world, an unknown set of possibilities that challenge our very being.
I'm willing to pay $50 for this statue. What do you say?
Take it. It's yours.
Oscar-winning moment.
It has been 20 years since I've last talked to another statue. I used to have a statue as a young boy, a statue tall, a statue firm that would listen and not say, Reginald, go back to your room. The statue would always be there for me, and I wish to have another statue once again. And today, I will for $15. Willing to pay much more, but 15 is a great deal.
And scene. That's time.
Hey, that was the game of Oscar-winning moment from our blue team.
All right. Hey, everyone at home, loyal fans, good work with the suggestions on that one. We saw the blue team. Now we're going to see a game from the red team. After we see the red team, you're going to get an opportunity to vote for the team you prefer. I need Captain Bethany to the field, please. Hello. Captain Bethany, they got to pick a game. They chose Oscar-winning moment. What would you like to play with your red team?
Reference, I'm going to be honest. I'm stuck in my house right now, and I could really use a change in any form.
Oh.
I'd love to play Changing Styles.
Yeah.
Yes. I accept. Please prepare your team. Folks at home, loyal fans, we're going to need a lot of suggestions here. So listen closely, because we're going to need a bunch of them. Please try to keep them separate from each other rather than one big line of everything. Use that return key on your keyboard. First thing we're going to need are some emotions. Put those in singularly, please. We're going to need some movie genres like comedy or Western, etc. We're going to need some European accents. We're going to need some high school cliques. like the nerds, etc. We're going to need some authors, and we're going to need some United States accents. Anything that it seems like I'm missing, Tara, from the old suggestion pile on this one?
No, I don't think so. I think in addition to the ones you've seen on your screen, you said United States accents and authors. Is that correct?
Correct.
Great. So just a reminder to the loyal fans. I also want to give a shout out to not only do we have a lot of fans watching on all 3 platforms, but we have some far away fans watching. Velvet Duke in Canada and Braun in the UK. So congratulations, Comedy Sports athletes. You've got some major fans from all over the place tonight, including all over the US. So I'll be looking for theirs too on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
International, baby.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit higher than the Groner fell on that one. Excellent. What's going to happen in this is the red team will be doing an improvised scene. At any time during the scene, I will turn my camera on and say freeze. Tara will then grab a new suggestion from the pile of suggestions. Whatever suggestion she says, they will have to continue the scene forward in that new style, whatever it may be. Sometimes, Tara, just to prepare you, I may ask for a combination of 2 suggestions just because I like to mix it up. But we'll see what happens as we go.
I'll do my best.
Yeah. Again, whichever one you prefer at the end, we're immediately going to be asking for you to vote red or blue. Red team to the field. Let's do this. Boom. I assume 2 of them will be starting, and then we will go from there. Players, are you ready for you? Oh, tell you what, let's get you a suggestion to get started. Tara, is there another location from the story pile that was not used?
Oh boy. Let's see. How about I love this one actually from Velvet Duke earlier.
Yeah.
It was the drive-in. Drive-in.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Excellent. So the drive-in is your initial suggestion for changing style. Players, you ready?
Yes.
Begin.
I just don't understand why she doesn't just run away.
This is why I don't watch horror movies, but this is our first date, so I think, it's okay.
Hey, it was I just want to do something like, exciting, thrilling, our parents won't be home or my mom won't be home till later.
Freeze. Tara, hit him. Panic.
I know, because if they were here, they were freaked because this is like rated R and we're like 17, so.
We are underage. We are underage.
You know what? I think they can hear us, and I think when we bought the tickets, they saw our ages, and they're calling our moms.
Freeze. Hangry.
And you know what? I am starving. I will go to the front of that screen, and I will rip it off if I don't get another Snickers.
Oh, it's just the popcorn. It needs more butter. I just need more butter,
Maybe if we eat through the carton, it might help. Let's.
Hey, Greggy, look at the window, honey. Greggy, it's your mother.
Freeze. Film noir.
Greggy, look at the window. It's your mother.
I knew she was my mom all the time, you see. I'd grown up with that mom. I know a mom when it looks like it. She's slick. She's a suspicious looking mom, I would say.
I've never met Greggy's mom, but you know what? Now I regret going on a date with him.
Don't regret it, sweetie. My Greggy's the best you'll ever come by.
Freeze. Swedish.
Swedish film noir.
Swedish film noir.
Greggy.
Freeze. That was accurate. Give us another one, Tara. Estonian.
Hey, Mom, have you met my girlfriend?
Hello. Is something wrong with your mother?
I think she's frozen.
Greg.
Freeze. Film school final project.
Gregory, it's your mother. I think You've always been on a date in your heart. Roll down that window, Gregory.
Mom, I think she's the one. Just give her time and you'll see.
Am I still in the scene? Am I in the frame?
I can still see you, and I believe that we can all be one. Somehow, we'll figure it out.
That's time.
That was the theme of changing styles by our red team. Oh man!
Oh my goodness!
I
We
had
saw
a real-
changing styles of the red team. We saw the blue team play Oscar-winning moment. Vote now by typing blue or red. Blue or red. Type now. Type now. Type now. You will be voting for what you've got going on here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so hey, loyal fans, right now we need the word red or blue. The tough thing is if you're on Facebook, you might be hitting hearts and likes, but we need you to actually type the word red or blue so Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube can all weigh in. We've got lots of people on tonight, so let's go ahead and hit that whenever you want, and I'll count as fast as I can. Thank you to Velvet Duke, who says he loves what we created at the Old Nest Theater. We sure do like you, Velvet, and
Velvet.
it's a cool thing to hear from our fans everywhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Velvet's a great improviser in his own right, too. So lots of love. Keep those votes coming in. I'll keep an eye on it, reference.
Great. I'm actually shutting down the votes in 5,
Whoa.
4, 3, 2, 1. If you haven't voted, boy, you should have learned about that one by now.
We've
Tara,
got a winner.
we've got a winner. Great. Tara, who have the masses on all 3 platforms voted for?
Well, I'll tell you what, because of our rigged voting from the Twitch platform, Red's the winner. Red's the winner, clear winner. 5 big points for the red team, and it was they were ahead anyway. But Iguana 60 definitely tried to stack the votes.
Excellent. And Tara, I would like to give an extra point to the red team for Jared's tilted camera angle on the film, on the student film project.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you for noticing it. I agree. 6 to 5. Red is now in the lead, reference.
Excellent. Let me get both captains to the field, please. Captain Nick, Captain Bethany. Excellent. Fantastic. Bethany and Nick to decide who gets to challenge whom to this next head-to-head round. I am going to need the first person to show me a door. Go for it. Go for it. Okay, Bethany got it. Bethany got it.
I spilled water all over.
Bethany got it. Bethany got it. You spilled water all over yourself.
It's okay.
So
So just my foot.
that's really all that I wanted to do anyway. Bethany, good work. I appreciate the effort, Nick. Nice work. Bethany, you get to challenge the blue team to a head-to-head game. What would you like to challenge them to?
Actually, I'd like to do a little mansplaining.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
You know what I did there? Did you see that? Catch that?
I get it. I get it.
Nick, would you do you accept playing against the game of mansplaining? Doesn't matter. I'm not listening anyway. Great. Folks at home, this game that they're about to play is the game of mansplaining. What we're going to need from you as suggestions are areas of actual expertise. Perhaps it's something that you yourself are an expert in, or you know that you've wanted to be an expert in, or you know someone that's an expert in it. My go-to example of this might be blacksmithing. But not that one. I just burnt that one. It's gone now. What's going to happen in this game of mansplaining in just a moment? These 6 players that you see before you are all going to become experts in this field of whatever you've chosen. And one of them will begin speaking on the topic. At any time during that, someone can raise their hand. I will accept them, and they will challenge what the person has said by saying, actually, thus mansplaining the way they think about the topic into it. If I accept their splain, then they will continue. If I do not, then whoever was already speaking will keep going. This will be timed. I've got it on a timer that will start and stop with challenges. Whoever is speaking at the end of 2 minutes, the last speaker, the last actual speaker, gets 5 points for their team. That's how it works. Tara, have you got an area of expertise for us?
I definitely do. Can you hear me, reference? Yes. Okay, great. From Oswaldo. Oh, I don't know where Oswaldo is from. Weigh in if you want to let me know where you're from, Oswaldo. Oswaldo Santana, who may or may not be from CBus, says coding, and I don't think we've seen coding. I can't wait to see it. Let's see what coding they have.
Oh man, what a show for Brandon not to be here. Another player we have that is a coder. Coding is the area of expertise. Is there anyone who would like to begin speaking on this one? Yes, excellent. Bethany, I saw your hand first. The time starts now.
I think, what I've noticed in the field is that many people forget one of the most important codes when discussing coding, and that is the Morse code. We're going to think about using that in instances of emergencies, instances of needing to send a secret message to a secret friend.
Challenge.
Yes, Nick, what is your challenge?
Morse code is not good for emergencies because you can only hear it if you're close, unless you have a wire, and then you have to interpret it. By the time that happens, who knows what will happen?
I'm actually going to have to disagree with you because the most common known thing to do when you're in trouble is the Morse code SOS. That's just a fact. Bethany, continue.
Thank you, Ref Rance. And actually, I myself was stranded on a desert island not long ago and took out my trusty flashlight, flashed a few Morse code things. Before I knew it, I was up on a jet plane being saved. So I'm just going to need to...
Yes, Carolyn.
Actually, if she was flashing her light, a jet wouldn't see it. It would have to be a helicopter. So
I agree. A jet would be going too fast. Carolyn, please continue. 1:42 remaining.
The reason jets go really fast is so that they can get from one place to another quickly. See, what happens in an emergency, you get on a jet at the airport, and then you go to another one. See, there's a special code that is used in the black box of the jet airline, which is also in every airline, which tells you...
Challenge.
Yes, Bethany.
That code is not actually in every airline.
That's true. I believe it's in every airplane, but not every airline. Bethany, continue.
Actually, what we find is that the codes, while they may appear similar, when at first glance they are actually wildly varied. I mean, wildly varied. More varied.
Challenge.
Yes, Nick.
We have a little thing called the Federal Airplane Company, the federal level, that regulates flight and makes sure that these codes are standard.
Oh, interesting. I would love to hear more about the Federal Airline Company. There is 1:12 remaining. Go for it.
See, what was formulated was the Federal Airline Company to make sure that all of these standards are held up, or else they get big fines. And you don't want to make angry the Federal Airline Company. That's for sure. That or the IRS.
Yes, Lenny.
Actually, there have been news that there have been hackers getting into these companies and changing the codes. So I don't really believe that.
Oh, excellent. You've got 51 seconds. Keep going. Tell me more.
So these hackers, they have to know code, right? So they go in and they change numbers and they change it into letters. So then...
Yes, Carolyn.
Actually, they're not all numbers. Some of the codes are dashes and lines, like you would find a code in a DNA.
Okay. Keep going.
So not all codes are numbers. Everybody,
45 seconds.
Every person has their own code. Like your code is different than my DNA replica code. And we're not replicas because we're not the same.
Yes, so, Lenny.
It might be the same if we're related.
Okay, keep going.
So there's this new test that you can spit in a little bottle and it tells you how you're...
Check.
Yeah, Dodie.
Actually, you can spit in anything. It doesn't have to be a bottle.
Yeah, I can spit wherever I want, really. Go for it, Dodie.
It's a saliva-based test, and so there's many ways of gathering it, but it will reveal your genetic relation to other people. So it's useful in that sense.
Yes, Bethany.
Challenge. It actually will only kind of reveal that, so I would like to challenge its validity and also its usefulness.
I did 23andMe and I found it very useful. Dodie, continue.
Yeah. And this is the thing we realize we are part of a big human family. We're connected in ways.
Yes, Jared.
Technically, we are not all a family. We are just people.
Okay, I'll take it. Go for it.
Because you
20
see,
seconds.
if you go back to the Crusades, there's a lot of familial dynasties.
Dodie.
Actually, you have to go back much further than the Crusades. That was only in the 1100s.
A good challenge, Dodie. Continue.
Yeah. So if you go back actually to the beginning of the human species, you will
10
see
seconds.
that we are.
Yes, Bethany.
You have to go back before the beginning of the human species if this is going to be valid.
Okay, that makes sense. Bethany, continue.
Thank you. As I was saying, and then if you go back before the human species, actually what you'll find is that Morse code was already utilized.
No one knows what happens before the human species. No one was there.
Challenge.
Maybe no humans were there.
Challenge.
Bethany, continue.
And the findings of the Morse code already written on the
Dodie.
challenge.
Yeah, Morse code was actually invented by Samuel F.B. Morse in the 19th century.
That's true. Continue, Dodie.
Yeah, so the code from an earlier.
We had blue in the box last France. That means that the blue team gets 5 big points with your approval. Is that correct?
That is correct. 5 big points. Tara, what's that make our score?
That makes our score blue team 10, red team close behind with 6.
Oh my goodness. Teams, players, everyone. That was thank you, Dodie, for clinching in the big box there. That's 10-6. That's correct, Tara?
That's correct.
Excellent. 10-6. Hey, folks at home, you may have noticed this little thing start creepy crawling along the bottom here with the virtual tip jar of Nest Theater. Hey, we haven't been able to do shows for like a week or two here now.
It's been a tough week.
And by that, I mean in 2021, and then a lot of time in 2020. So this is how we're still doing shows. We're doing them virtually. We're doing them in a way that lets anyone check in and see them. We also are still paying rent on the theater, which is really hilarious when you think about arts and how much money the arts get. So any little thing you can do to help us out is greatly appreciated. You can go to nesttheater.com/donate and help us out there, or you can go to Venmo at the Nest Theater. Great way to do it. Other little things you can do: spread the word, tell your friends, go to our things and subscribe. Our Facebook, our YouTube, our Twitch. Any of those little things are great ways to do it. Go to our shop, get merch. Anything that you can do to help out would be fantastic. We're still getting our new location going. Here's a little spoiler alert. The actual real construction finally is happening tomorrow morning.
It's real, everyone. Anyone that's a Nest fan, thank you for hanging in there. Not only did all of our savings that we had to build out a new space, a dream space for our players, that savings is now gone to rent relief, and it is gone. But additionally, we're starting our construction tomorrow on the space to keep the hope alive that 2021 will bring live art performances back. So we're taking a big leap of faith and hoping for the best because we love our community so much. If you have any money to spare, then throw $1 or $2 at the old Nest Theater down there at the ticker. You can see that info that Ref France mentioned. And additionally, if you can't, we love you anyway. It's a really hard time for so many people, and we think it's important to bring joy and laughter into lives. So if you can't give right now, that's okay too. But if you can, hooray. And just go ahead and share away on anytime you see a virtual show. Maybe take one of our classes, all kinds of things. We've had, I think, something like 12 sold out sessions of classes since March 2020 and something like 20 elective workshop classes, all virtual since March of 2020. And that's because of our fans, our students across the world. We taught people in the Philippines this week, in South Korea this week. We are just very, very lucky to keep on teaching. Rance and I are. So thank you for that. And additionally, you're awesome. We've got your back. You can see all kinds of things in the Thursday series that Rance may have just mentioned, which is Comedy Sports this week. Next week, it's a long form night with 2 great teams, Sad Pizza Party and Finch. And the week after, it's Comedy Sports again. In February, we'll have things like $1 Hot Dollar, possibly some musical improv. I don't know, maybe a couple game shows, probably more long form. Who can say? Who can say? We did Taskmaster in December. There's game shows all over the place. So if you want to see more stuff, it's all documented on our YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook pages. Feel free to go back and feel free to stay with us in the present and just keep watching and going forward. We hope to see you at one of our things. Donate if you can. We love you if you can't. Don't worry. Thanks. That's all. Thanks so much. We have another game. I just wanted to go on my little soapbox about construction starting tomorrow and how exciting that is for us.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We just literally got the call about an hour before the show started.
Perfect.
Anywho, enough of that jibber jabber. Give me both my captains, Captain Bethany, Captain Nick.
Woo-hoo!
Dun, 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 dun. All right, Captain Nick, you are in the lead. Captain Bethany, I'm going to allow you to challenge to the final game of the evening. It's a head-to-head game. What would you like to play?
I can think of no better way to wrap up tonight than 185.
Ooh, 185. Captain Nick, do you accept?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Prepare your teams. Folks at home, loyal fans, this is the game of 185. 185 is based on a standard setup punchline joke that goes 185. Blanks walk into a bar. Bartender says, what do you have? Blanks say punchline. You give the suggestion as the blanks. We're going to need things like this. Occupations, animals, objects you can find in your kitchen, objects you can find in your garage, objects you can find in your attic. I guess I could have also just said objects you can find in your house. And that would have taken care of all of that.
That'll do it.
So get us a bunch of those things loading as we do it. If perchance you gave us the suggestion of cow, it might go 185 cows walk into a bar. Bartender says, what do you have? And the cows say, actually, you don't have our drink. We'll go to an udder bar.
Oh, referee, that's annoying.
That would be a groaner foul, but for this game, the groaner is lifted.
Hey, I'm back.
No harm, no foul for the groaners in this one. If they say a thing and you enjoy it, or I enjoy it and I laugh, you will hear me go, ding. That means Tara will give them a tick mark because, yes, we enjoyed it. If they tell a joke and it's terrible and we groan and discuss and it was awful, you'll hear me go, ding, and they'll get a tick mark. If they tell a joke and Tara or I go, you will hear me go, ding, and they'll get a tick mark. Any sound from an orifice above your neck counts as a tick mark. Anything that registers a 0 in the ether means no one enjoyed it either way, and they will get a which means no tick marks. Whoever has the most tick marks gets 5 big points. Yeah. That means this is anybody's game as we go. All players to the field, please.
Boom, 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 boom.
I will be grabbing suggestions for this one. Players to get you started. The players will also be letting me know they have a joke ready by presenting their hands. The starting suggestion is dentists. Dentist players begin. Yes, Dodie.
185 dentists walk into the bar. The bartender says, what do you have? And they said, do you really want to know what we want? And he said, yes, I really want to know. And they said, I don't think you're like us. You can't handle the tooth.
Oh, ding, tick mark. Yes, Nick.
185 dentists walk into a bar. Bartender says, what are you having? So the dentists say, hey, it's tooth hurty somewhere.
Ding. And, Bethany, yes?
185 dentists walk into the bar. Bartender says, what do you have? The dentist says, I don't know, whatever you can pull out of the refrigerator.
Oh, ding. Dodie.
185 hygienists walk into the bar. The bartender says, what do you have? And they said, oh no, we're just don't have a drink. We're just gonna rinse and swish.
Oh, ding. Lenny, yes.
185 dentists walk into the bar. The bartender says, what will you have? And the dentists say, have, not with those teeth.
Ding. Carolyn.
Okay. 185 dentists walk into the bar. The bartender says, what do you have? And the dentists say, just 2 brushes of beer.
Yeah. Great. We're going to switch suggestions now to armadillos. Armadillos. Yes, Jared.
185 armadillos walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "Look, I got something real crazy." And the armadillos say, "I don't know if I have the spine for it."
Oh, ding. Nick.
185 armadillos walk into a bar. Bartender says, "Hey, what do you have?" The armadillo says, "My usual Rolling Rock."
Oh, ding. Bethany.
185 armadillos walk into the bar. Bartender says, "What do you have?" And the armadillo says, "I don't really care. I'm just feeling antsy."
Oh, Carolyn.
185 armadillos walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, uncle, what do you want?" And then our ants.
Ding. Nice. Good, Toady.
185 very classy armadillos walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "What will you gentlemen have?" They said, "Oh, give us your best champagne and something on the half shell."
Oh, great. I'm going to go now to a new suggestion. I think that both Carolyn and Bethany were in the land of aardvarks, but I can only assume that armadillos might eat ants as well. I don't know.
I'm so glad you called it out. I was like, why so much ants? Why so much?
We get it. Let's. I don't know that I've ever done a joke for this one before. Fine sandpaper.
Oh, yes.
Fine sandpaper.
Yeah.
Dodie.
The 185 tough guys walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "What do you have?" And they said, "We'll take the meanest, roughest, toughest drink you have." And they said, "Wow, you're really exhibiting true grit."
Oh, Lenny.
185 sandpapers walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "What will you have?" The sandpaper says, "I don't know, anything with a lemon." The bartender says, "We don't have a knife." And the sandpaper says, "It's okay, just pass it, I don't know, rub it up and down."
Enough that we get it. Carolyn, go.
185 fine sandpapers walked into the bar, and the bartender said, "Oh my goodness, why are you bleeding?" And they said, "We just bumped into a hanging nail."
Oh, ding, Bethany.
185 fine sandpapers walk into a bar. Bartender says, "What do you have?" And the fine sandpaper says, "I don't care, just anything to take this rough edge off."
Hey!
Okay, my friends, that was a great round. A lot of shout outs to ridiculous things that happened inside that game. This was the game of 185. Loyal fans, I need you to make a drum roll on your laps at home or on your desks or something to beat your computer or throw your phone. Don't really do that. Here's the deal. Here's what happened in that last round. In 185, we had 6 tick marks for the red team. And the blue team had 9, making the blue team get 15 points, and our red team keeps 6. That means the blue team wins tonight. Congratulations, blue. Hey, this was so fun. We got to say goodbye to our players. They were just wonderful tonight, and I had a great time. I hope you did too at home. We know virtual shows aren't the same as physical shows, but it's cool to see so many of you from all over the world right here with us tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Let's say goodbye to our players. Say goodbye to Lenny.
Bye.
How about a wave goodbye to Jared? Your captain of your red team, Bethany Davy. And say goodbye to Jody on the blue team, Carolyn, and Nick, your captain, who won it all. Congratulations, you two teams. You did a great job. We're so proud of you. We love having you. Hey, if you want to find out more about the Nest Theater, go to nesttheater.com. For classes, for live shows, for any events. We have jams and things like that for our students and people joining our student community. Hey, go to the Nest Theater YouTube page if you haven't been there for information on our build out. We're going to be filming part of our build out so you can see how it grows and how it changes right before our very eyes, because improv and sketch and comedy and experimental theater will make it to the other side. We love you. We hope you had a great night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.